Beginning of next week, when on your side with what you can expect with the timing.
And we continue to talk about the dangers severe weather taking place right now in the parts of our nation. We'll show you where and if this system will have any impact on our weather.
Plus, on the eve of the 13th anniversary of April 27th, we take a look at the radar from that day, as well as remember those who lost their lives.
WBRC Fox 6 News. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
And thank you for staying with us for Weather Extra. You know, Lauren, Tania, we show the video looking back at April 27th and what's happening now in the parts of the country. Just a reminder of how volatile April weather can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're praying for those who are out to our west. Thankfully here west, we're not seeing any severe weather, but there are some people that are probably more concerned about what their weather conditions are right now than we are.
Yeah, certainly are. And Lauren, I know you've also been monitoring a lot of those storm reports coming in, a lot of confirmed tornado warnings now for parts of Nebraska and Iowa.
Yeah, that's right. So we're keeping a close eye on things here.
All right, well, let's just go ahead. Let's talk about what's happening there. I want to take you right now to the radar view, and you can see back to the west across parts of the Midwest, a lot of severe weather happening at this time. There are confirmed tornado warnings around the Omaha area, pushing into closer to Des Moines there in parts of Iowa. And I just want to show you this. I know this is north of our area, but this is certainly one of the more significant severe weather events unfolding today that we have seen this season across the country. A lot of confirmed tornado warnings, and now that's all shifting there more towards the east, but there's another confirmed warning that was showing up, and there's tornado warnings. You go further south to Kansas City happening right now, back into parts of Oklahoma, and then south of Dallas there were confirmed tornado warnings earlier. Now around, it looks like over towards Tyler, Texas. But if you have any connections in this part of the country, just play it safe. Always good to play it safe and text or message and let them know, hey, watch the weather. Hopefully everyone's paying close attention. Look at all these tornado reports. I mean, a lot of confirmed reports. That last update I saw showed a multi-vortex tornado report from a storm spotter there over Iowa. So some rough weather happening. The thing is, all that's going to stay west of us. A ridge has taken over across our area, and today it felt hot. I mean, that's just the only way to put it. It was a warm day. The temperatures in the 80s and a little bit of a humid feel. You can tell it's coming back, but especially if you were in areas with the sunshine. But notice those temperatures around 83 right now at Tuscaloosa, 82 at Birmingham and Pell City. Big warm up across the area. Also a bit breezy. You're really going to notice this if you're out on the lake. I think tomorrow that wind's going to pick up out of the southeast again. So another factor this weekend, just giving you that first alert. But we're not expecting any wet weather. I mean, right now we're dry. We're going to stay that way for this evening. Just some clouds mixing in, and that's what we're dealing with. It's actually just leftover cloud cover from all that stormy weather back to the west, making its way further east across the country. And there'll be more clouds in the mix tomorrow, but I think we'll have a mostly sunny sky as we go into the day on Sunday. But that summer feel for this weekend, nice weekend overall with all the events that we have happening. We're going to have to watch Monday, though. That system starts to move a bit closer. We'll see more thunderstorms and rain chances in our forecast, and we'll talk about that coming up in the First Alert 7A.
And so we share now some of the footage of those tornadoes that tore across eastern Nebraska as severe thunderstorms continue to ramp up across the central part of the U.S. Look at these videos from our sister stations KOLN and KTIV in Nebraska and Iowa. Multiple tornadoes were observed by mid-afternoon, including one that roared through the outskirts of Lincoln. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office says 3 people suffered non-life-threatening injuries after a building collapse. A tornado watch has been issued for more than 2 million people living in eastern Nebraska through this evening.
And new footage showing yet another large tornado across Iowa this evening. This is from our sister station KTIV, and this tornado prompted a tornado emergency across parts of the state. Check out some of the damage from the Ravenna area from those tornadoes that went through Nebraska earlier this afternoon. You can see things knocked over or torn apart. And take a look at this video from our sister station WOWT. The camera is in Iowa, where the tornado hit Eppley Airfield in Omaha before crossing the Missouri River and hitting Council Bluffs. But in 30 seconds, we take a step back and remember April 27th on the day before the 13th anniversary. We'll be right back with more First Alert Weather Extra. And here's a look at those current temperatures across central Alabama. No severe weather for us here tonight. Matter of fact, looking dry, a little cloudy though. We've got temperatures still hanging on in the low 80s there. 83 in Tuscaloosa, 81 up in Coleman, 80 degrees in Cherokee County with winds generally out of the southeast. Excuse me. If you have plans this evening, we'll see anywhere from mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies throughout the night. Temperatures hitting that upper 70-degree mark just around 7 p.m. Staying fairly warm throughout the entire evening, but a little breezy. We'll see those winds out of the south-southeast, just about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that's a look at this evening. Chief Meteorologist Wes White will have more on that 7-day forecast for what you can expect in just a few minutes. But as we remember the lives lost and the lives and communities changed on April 27, 2011, our Brian Henry joins us now to talk more about that fateful day.
In Northport, Jerry Perigin remembers.
When you see some of the destruction, you know, in the book here, you know, a lot of it stands out.
The people, the destruction, all chronicled in the book that sits on Perigin's coffee table. A reminder of just how bad it was 13 years ago. Perigin was not hurt in the storm, but a cousin came mighty close to getting killed.
It had trees on every corner, big trees. And it was amazing because they all fell right on the house. The ones on this side fell toward the house, the ones on that side fell toward the house.
I don't think nobody imagined.
Pastor David Gay in Tuscaloosa says he personally knew at least 3 of the victims who died.
I've never seen anything like that before, and I've never seen anything since then like what happened. I think all of us, it was unbelievable what happened that particular day.
Tuscaloosa firefighter Miles Dutton is among the few who saw it up close. A relatively new firefighter at the time, Dutton worked in the Alberta City Fire Station. He worked a 15-hour day that day and lost count the number of calls he answered.
Right after it hit the fire station, like we couldn't get our truck out. All we could do was get the equipment off the truck. And then we just went out on University Boulevard in Alberta City, and we just started walking down the streets and kind of helping as many as we could.
Remembering, reflecting, and never forgetting that Tuscaloosa took it on the chin 13 years ago and recovered.
And it's hard to believe it's been so long, but that was actually an event where we saw that risk, that significant risk for severe weather in the model data. A lot of our severe weather indexes the day before we were looking at were just maxed out, and nobody expected 62 tornadoes in a single event. But you can see JP and I there, we were tracking that day. I never will forget, you know, that morning round. I was in here with Mickey that morning, and as you recall, that first line of storms raced across the state, and I talked with a reporter from one of the local newspapers that morning. Says, well, it looks like you guys missed the timing on this. Looks like it happened during the morning. And I said, hey, there's another round on the way during the afternoon, the main event. And we had a lot of cleanup still underway from the morning round of storms. So it was just the perfect recipe with folks that were still out unaware of the risk for the afternoon. It was just a recipe for disaster. And then we had more storms that happened later that day. Of course, every one, we saw the video there. That was from the tower cam at the time in downtown Tuscaloosa as we watched that tornado move into Tuscaloosa. And that's the same storm. It ultimately moved through Pratt City, moved through the Birmingham area, and that same supercell actually produced a tornado in the northeast part of our area, just north of Piedmont. We saw that track all the way across the state, one of those long track supercell thunderstorms. But tomorrow marks that anniversary. At this point, we're not seeing severe weather for our area, but we will be talking about the chance for rain and storms making a return to our forecast. And I'll have more specifics on that and the 7-day forecast after the break, so stay with us. And you are watching First Alert Weather Extra. Right now, you look at the sky and we've got some dark clouds out there. We've had some areas of rain back to the west of Alabama, but nothing for us. It looks like there might be a shower. So if you look up and say, hey, it looks like it's about to rain, don't worry. No wet weather showing up on the radar to ruin your Friday evening plans that you have out there. It's going to be a warm night. 83 right now at Lake Tuscaloosa. We were checking out Vernon, the Avadian Credit Union there. Notice from Pinnacle Motorsports out in Bessemer, you see how it's still kind of breezy. That wind, again, will be around here next few hours, but later on tonight that wind should settle. But that south flow is feeding all those storms back to the north. I mean, we have this flow of warmer air across the Gulf and tracking north of Alabama, but this is all ground clutter here in West Alabama, East Alabama, not a drop of rain. And you can see, other than some clouds out there, not a bad Friday night, 8 o'clock. You can see the temperatures in the 70s. What a warm up from earlier in the week. And the summer feel is certainly going to be in the air tomorrow. Notice wet weather tries to move into the state, but it's blocked because we have a ridge in place, and that's keeping us dry. Tomorrow, there will be more clouds in the mix tomorrow compared to Sunday, but we'll still manage to see some low 80s for afternoon highs, as you can see there. But a lot of active weather. These are this is the fishing forecast, some of the peak times. If you're heading out on the lake tomorrow, again, that wind out of the south-southeast, best times there based on the lunar tables you can see in the morning. I marked roughly 7 o'clock to 8:45, and then close to 3 o'clock there through about 4:52, some peak movement times there. Mostly cloudy, but no rain expected. For today, enhanced risk of severe weather. Look at tomorrow, the same areas. Once again, folks will need to be weather alert again for another risk of tornadoes. The severe threat, it's more of a slight risk as we go into Sunday for these areas, but staying west of Alabama. But what's left of this system, we could start to see some of those storms move into our state. That's the next big thing. You see it moves a little bit closer. Will this hold together? That's a question. Some model data suggests we might not see much out of this on Monday. I certainly wouldn't count on a lot of rain. I would go ahead, water the lawn and garden. If you need to set that timer on the irrigation system, just notice into Monday there we have the chance that we could see some storms there during the afternoon and some wet weather. Certainly nothing like what's happening to the west, but we could have a strong storm with some gusty winds, some frequent lightning. But if we don't see much on Monday, there's a chance by late Tuesday into Wednesday we could start to see some scattered showers. The flow pattern starts to kind of flatten out some, and that will allow for those rain chances to return to our forecast. It's not total washout. You look at that 7-day and you're like, hang on here. Next week looks like a washout. Not the case. Scattered on Monday, mostly late, and then we'll have some breaks Tuesday. A little bit of scattered development there into Tuesday night and Wednesday, and also into Thursday and Friday of next week. And by the way, it's Friday. What a fun day for a weather visit. And I got to give a big shout out to all the students at Brookwood Elementary School in Tuscaloosa. Had a wonderful drive there along Highway 216. Drove south there towards the through the $1 Million Lakes area there in Bucksville and down towards Brookwood today. And when I arrived, there were lots of smiles. They're having a career day, and they also had a lot of big machines on campus today. So they had a lot of fun. And of course, I took the guitar to Nia, so we had to sing some weather songs. Yes. We had pre-K and kindergartners. But look at all those smiles there. Lots of smiles and some good fun, good singing there in Tuscaloosa County out at Brookwood Elementary School. And Tania, you know, I know you were on a visit today, but we've got to do one of these visits together. Right? We've got to do the duo performance. Right?
I agree. I agree. Hey, listen, you bring your guitar.
Yeah.
And then I'll bring myself and I'll sing with you. How about that?
Hey, come on. We have a lot of fun, which I know you have a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about this First Alert weather calendar, guys. It was a hot day today. Thankfully, I'm not seeing any 90s yet next week, so that's good because I'm not ready for it. Those 80s today had your girl sweating out at her visit. But here's a look at that First Alert weather calendar. As far as rain chances over the next several days, next week looks pretty unsettled. So hopefully you enjoyed this past week. I know we had a little bit of wet weather here and there, but next week could be a little bit more. So giving you that first alert, just go ahead, have that umbrella, that rain jacket on standby, keep it in your car, keep it near your front door so you can grab it on the go. I'm not seeing a day where we could see a complete washout, but the day that I'm seeing the most wet weather looks to be Friday, where we can also see some cooler conditions after that as cooler air begins to fill in. Am I talking freezing? Absolutely not. Am I talking frost? Not that cold either. But look at this, all those reds for the next week, that first week week of May as we bring in May 1st, even through May 3rd. Maybe a chance for showers and storms for the first weekend of May, but looking drier by May 5th on Sunday. And then we're looking dry for the start of that first full week of May until about Wednesday, and then again Friday. That's May the 10th, where we can see a chance of showers and storms. You know, we get in this warmer weather pattern, also more like that summertime pattern where we have those pop-up showers and thunderstorms by the afternoon. So that could be part of the pattern for next week. But looking 8 to 14 days for our temperature outlook, May 4th through May 10th, most of the United States is going to be seeing above average temperatures, excluding the West Coast, but we're included in those above average temperatures. So our average at this time of the year is usually upper 70s with overnight temperatures in the 50s. Well, we're definitely going to be seeing some warmer temps throughout the next couple of days. I'm seeing more and more 80s over this weekend and even throughout next week. That 8 to 14 day rainfall outlook, May 4th through May 10th, a mix of a little bit of everything across the United States, from near average as far as rainfall accumulation to above average rainfall across portions of the Pacific Northwest down towards Texas. We could be seeing above average rainfall, excluding the Gulf Coast of Alabama, where they could be seeing more near average rainfall. I mean, we do have more wet weather in the forecast. You already saw it, so just giving you that first alert. But let's talk about my visit this morning. Here's a little recap of me hanging out with the kids at Glen Oaks Intermediate School. Here's what the kids were able to do. I'm here at Glen Oaks Intermediate School.
Sunny, maybe cloudy. Monday, it'll be 30.
Where I turn students into meteorologists for the day.
My name is John, and today I'm going to tell you about the weather. Friday, you'll have 10% of rain.
Students were hands-on for the career fair and learned about different engineering and STEM fields.
On Friday, it's gonna be a little bit cloudy, and it's gonna be 10 degrees outside. You some people wearing shorts. Friday and Saturday is gonna be 10% cloudy, and the highest temperature is gonna be 84, and the lowest temperature is gonna be 66. Chance of rain. Saturday, it'll be a 10% chance of rain.
They were all such great participants, and I think it's safe to say they had a blast.
Cheese! Cheese!
Now, y'all heard what that sweet little boy said. Y'all make sure you wear your shorts in that 10-degree weather this weekend. Well, if you don't have any weekend plans, put on your shorts and pop on over to the Birmingham Zoo to check out a new member of their family. I went by the zoo today to see just how that newest bundle of joy is faring. All of Birmingham and Central Alabama is so excited about our newest addition at the Birmingham Zoo. While she's taking a little nap, we did want to check in with her dad here and also Annie, who is the zoological manager of Trails of Africa. Annie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for being here.
And congratulations on the new addition to the family. I heard you are a proud grandmother.
Yes, we're very excited to have Ruby's baby here, happy and healthy. They're doing a great job so far.
So tell us about Ruby and her baby. When was the baby born? Kind of give us more info on this exciting new thing happening.
So the baby's a week old now. Ruby gave birth on April 17th at 12:19 a.m. We watched via camera monitoring just to make sure everything was going well for them. Baby was born within an hour, stood up within an hour after that, and then was nursing after about 30 minutes. So they're doing great. Ruby's been a great mom.
Wow, and so where are they right now? I know we have the dad here, right?
Yeah, so Jaleel's over here participating in our public feeding today. Baby and mom are over on the other side. They're in the barn right now resting, but you can expect to see them every day from 10 to noon that we're open. They will have access during that time, but they hopefully will be choosing to spend most of their time outside.
So are they the only 3 giraffes at the zoo? Who is all the family here?
Yeah, we actually have 5 giraffe total now. So we've got Jaleel, who's the dad, mom Ruby, baby, and then we have 2 other adult females, Willow and Zuri. So they're kind of like baby's aunts.
Oh, great. And I noticed too, we had 2 ostriches hanging out in the background who seem to be part of Jaleel's posse.
Yes, they are right now. They do enjoy spending time with the giraffes. We have 2 female ostrich that spend a majority of time with the giraffe herd. Today they're spending their time with Jaleel.
So getting back to the baby, first of all, you guys are coming up with a naming contest, right?
Yeah, so our naming contest just launched today on our social media sites. So if you check out our Facebook and Instagram, there's a link to a survey and you can vote on one of our top 4 names that we've narrowed it down to.
And what is the importance of having this baby born here in the zoo? It's not every day at the zoo a baby animal's born.
Yeah, so we haven't had a giraffe baby at the Birmingham Zoo in 10 years, so this is really exciting for us. It just kind of supports our mission of conservation, helps support giraffe in the wild. She's a great ambassador for her species, and we can use our herd to teach people about the importance of conservation of giraffe in the wild.
And I feel like experiences like this, getting up close with the dad, a girl dad now, Jaleel, really just makes you want to take care of the planet even more.
Yeah, we can offer that and give people that nice connection with our giraffe herd, and hopefully they'll be interested in learning how they can help too, from Alabama, support giraffe in Africa.
Well, you know, Annie did tell me right before we started filming, I asked, so he mainly likes romaine. She's like, yeah, but not kale. So don't try to come up in here with some kale for our dear boy Jaleel here. But thank you again, Annie, so much for having us out today. We're so excited to see what the new baby name is going to be. So stay tuned. In Birmingham, meteorologist Lauren Linehan, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side. And we always love to show those app photos. This one is actually from my future mother-in-law, Linda. That may look like you're looking at Red Mountain. Nope, that is Tuscany, Italy. I know you can get the two easily confused.
Kind of looks like our sky today.
It does, a little bit. Yeah, not too far of a cry from us. And then this beautiful view of this foggy start to the morning in Talladega Springs. I think the horse just makes it.
It does. That's so pretty.
Yeah, so thanks to Gail for sending that in. You can scan that QR code at the top right corner of your screen if you have any beautiful weather photos. We're getting into that time of the year where everything just looks so lush and green, Wes and Tania.
It does, and we better get some rain so it will stay
that
lush
would
and
help.
green,
Yes,
right?
that would definitely help.
But hey, looking ahead to next week.
Yeah.
Maybe
That
a
rain
little
looks
something.
like it's coming.
Yeah, Monday, it looks like late Monday, you know, we're going to be watching over the weekend and checking in all those storms. Some of that may work its way into West Alabama, certainly by Monday afternoon, perhaps. So let's watch what happens there. But those rain chances coming back late next week. The chance, we were showing you beyond the 7-day forecast, could actually have maybe a drop in temperatures for that first weekend of May.
Yeah,
Maybe.
not seeing any 90s.
No.
Not mad at it.
We're close right now. We're
We are
close in some
close.
areas. So we'll talk more about the building warmth, and we'll update you on the rain chances tonight. Join us at 9 and more updates at 10.
Y'all have a great night. Let's do it. Let me see. We got max 1. Should be pulled up. All right. Let's knock her out. In 3, 2. Hey there, everyone. First Alert meteorologist Tania Michelle here with that 7-day forecast. We are looking dry for this weekend. Cloudy skies around for you on Saturday. Low 80s for an afternoon high. Those overnight temperatures mild in the 60s. Back into the low 80s again for your Sunday afternoon with a little bit more sunshine. And then we look ahead to next week. A little more unsettled. We could see some showers, but also storms in the forecast next week. Not a complete washout, but definitely that possibility as of right now, 30 to 40% chance with more wet weather. A little bit more widespread, or at least likely on Friday, holding a 60% chance, and slightly cooler conditions there, back into the low 80s after warming into the mid 80s on Thursday. That's that 7-day forecast. If you want more forecast updates, download the WBRC First Alert Weather app by scanning that QR code in the top corner of the screen.